Diddy has been sentenced to 4 years and 2 months in prison, along with a $500,000 fine and 5 years of supervised release. Jaguar Wright and Gone Deal, who both witnessed firsthand how dangerous Sean Combs can be, are finally speaking out. They believe Diddy is lying. Jaguar says she has no sympathy for him and doesn't care if he gets attacked, calling him a monster.
Well, they were saying that it might go until Monday. I was actually kind of surprised that it didn't, considering the show that they put on for the public. They put on such a lovely show.
That was a show.
Wouldn't you say?
That was a show.
There was a video montage.
Oh my God.
You would have thought it was like a retirement ceremony. Or, someone winning an award for, lifetime achievement or something. The way they sat there and the way they carried on and the way, especially when it gets to the point where lawyers are forcing themselves to tears or almost to tears, talking about how inspiring that deviant is. Kind of interesting.
All the serious charges against Diddy were dropped, and he received the shortest sentence possible. Federal guidelines recommended 9 years in prison, but he only got 4. This is the same judge who denied Diddy bail 6 times, yet now he's giving him a lighter sentence and urging him to change. But Diddy will never change. The only reason his kids spoke in his defense is because they rely on him.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit up there and judge anybody and what they want to do for their parent or their financial provider. Because I'm sorry, do any of those children have a means for earning a living outside of the Combs enterprise? I don't think so.
I mean, King Combs.
Doing what?
I don't know.
What's he do? Other than post on his dad's timeline and make music videos that I don't know that anybody actually watches. What do they do? What do any of them do?
Diddy's kids are completely under his control, and he's forcing them to speak on his behalf. If he goes to prison, no one will hire his kids anymore since they have no other source of income. On top of that, most of Diddy's sons are facing legal issues of their own. So who's going to pay for their lawyers if Diddy goes down?
Why do you think Diddy's kids spoke out publicly?
What choices do they have?
Even I think one of the sons did a rap, and he's like,
What choice do they have? When you're dealing with the kind of narcissistic control freak that Diddy is, and you raise children under that, the financial abuse for all of them is probably the worst. Because there's no way they can make money without him. He has them locked in. And if he falls, who's going to hire them? Who's going to fund them? Who's going to look out for them? No one. Right. No one. They're not fighting for their father. They're fighting for their survival. What they all gonna do? Go work at the Good Burger or the Wall Burger? What they gonna do?
While Diddy was behind bars, he was making over 200 calls a week. Federal agents told the judge that Diddy was using his family to contact witnesses. He would call a family member and ask them to add a witness to the same call. This way, the feds couldn't track who he was talking to or what was being said. The only reason they found out was because one of the witnesses reported the coercion.
$5 million at his disposal. Isn't that by nature the exact thing that they're worried about? If you have this much money that you could make this thing, you could probably make people disappear if you really opted to.
See, this is the thing. That'll just make more trouble.
Why would he make more trouble now? He done already bought off and paid off everybody he possibly could. Have you looked at the indictment? Like, he called some witnesses up to 54 times.
Yeah, 200 and how many angels? 200 something people.
Yeah.
He tried to reach out to the.
Like, what are you running, a telethon or a telemarketing agency? Telemarketers don't make that many calls in one day. Or sometimes not even in a week, all depending on you was on that. You down for Diddy? Like, how does that conversation start? Hey, what's up? I really feel bad about that last time I bashed you in the face with a Ciroc bottle. Look, we good? Like,
It's not just Diddy's kids that he's forcing to work for him. Jaguar has named everyone who is working with Diddy. According to her, Diddy isn't the only one involved. So why is he the only one going to prison? Diddy created monsters, and Jaguar is now pulling back the curtain on all these allegations.
it's time for all of the victims to come forward. But for the people that have been denying it, you know what? Let's not be coy. I am Jaguar. So let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Should I keep going?
I mean, you're hitting it off.
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Off of Justin Bieber alone.
Now, Carisha and Rick Ross just sat down together in an interview.
I know. Two Diddy doo-wop bops. What a reunion.
If there's one thing Gene and Jaguar both agree on, it's that Diddy has no remorse and will never change. During his sentencing, Diddy cried and submitted a letter to the judge, expressing regret for his actions and apologizing to his victims. In his letter, Combs described teaching a class to other inmates about how he became a successful businessman, claiming he's a changed man who's sober for the first time in 25 years. He wrote, "The old me died in jail, and a new version of me was reborn. Have mercy on me, not just for my sake, but for my children's."
Well, Jag, hold on. Diddy spoke to the judge before sentencing, and it sounded like he was taking accountability.
Accountability for what? Same kind of accountability he took after he told everybody Cassie was lying on him, and then he got popped on my birthday when the video came out on CNN. And then he had to come back and do the whack-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah, I guess accountability for what he got caught for.
How does now nobody not see that the apology he gave for Cassie after he called her a liar for months and said that it wasn't true, she was making it all up? How does nobody not see that they're the same apology? How does nobody not see that what he just did in that courtroom was no different than the monologue that was in Blink Twice?
No, man.
It's the same monologue.
Does it account for anything, though, that he started to feel sorry for his actions?
Sorry for his actions?
He's been sitting at NBC for you.
Actually sorry. Do you think he would have allowed his legal team to destroy those women like that on that stand? See, you sat there and you let your legal team rip those people to shreds while they were barely being protected by the feds.
Diddy was let off the hook, and it's unbelievable how that happened. Gene said the same thing. Diddy got away with everything he did. He doesn't regret any of his actions, and it's only a matter of time before he starts doing the same things again. Diddy will get credit for time served and could be out in a year or two. On top of that, he's reportedly trying to get a pardon or join a drug program to reduce his sentence even further.
What they call relevant conduct that you do in that stuff. And Diddy did a lot of shit. He beat people. He drugged people. The judge even said this. You understand? The judge spoke about coercion. And no matter what what you call them people, the jurors, you know, said and thought and everything like that, the judge spoke about his coercion, his relevant conduct. The judge spoke about, you know, mitigating circumstances. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit the judge spoke about. You know, look at here. He got caught with drugs. Never got charged with the drugs. And the judge knew that. That's why the judge said relevant conduct. You understand? He got caught with guns. Guns in the house with the serial number. The judge knew that. You understand? Relevant conduct. You understand? That he didn't get charged with. The beating of Jane, hitting in the head, the assault, and all that stuff of Cassie. All those things, they probably couldn't. I don't guess they could have charged him with them, but it came up in the trial. All that's relevant conduct. You understand? And people don't understand all the things that he was doing. Then the judge made a point. When you go and talk to the managers and you talk to people about hiding evidence. You understand? Remember the fact in the trial when it came up that he gave a guy $100,000 and some thousand dollars or $100,000 to keep the tape that from cashing them? That's relevant conduct. Your judge was speaking about all that.
At the end of the day, the truth always finds its way out, and Diddy's story is far from over. As more people start speaking up, the cracks in his image keep getting bigger. Do you think justice was really served? Or is this just another case of power protecting power? Stay tuned, share your thoughts, and don't forget to follow for more updates on this explosive story.